Well, hello again. It's Thursday again, just before classes begin, and I want to show you how to set up Microsoft Word so that it will be compatible with APA Style 7th edition. When Microsoft Word automatically starts up, it is not APA compatible. I don't know why they do that. Microsoft must not like you very much, but it does not set things up to where it is APA compatible. Now, this video is for those of you that have Windows computers. Those of you that have a Mac computer, you have my deepest sympathy, but your TA, Riley Penley, is doing a video to show you how to set up Microsoft Word on a Mac computer so that it is APA compatible. So give me just a second here, and I'm going to share my screen with you that has a blank Word doc on it. Okay, this is a blank Microsoft Word doc. This is what it looks like as soon as you open it up. Now, depending on which version of Word you have or which version of Windows you have, I mean, Microsoft is constantly changing things, but things will be pretty much the same regardless of what type of document you have. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change your paragraph formats here because your paragraph formats are not APA compatible. So to open the paragraph dialog, the easiest way to open the paragraph dialog is up here where you have the paragraph area on your ribbon. There is a little arrow right there down at the bottom. And if you click on that arrow, it will open what's called a dialog box that will allow you to change your paragraph. So I'm going to click on that right now. And you see, this is what's called a paragraph dialog box. Now, there's a couple of things here that you'll notice that are definitely not APA compatible. You see this 8-point after? I don't know why in the world Microsoft does that, but it does that every single damn time you open Microsoft Word, you're going to get that 8-point after. Who on the flip knows why they do that? It is absolutely annoying and it is not APA compatible. And so the first thing we need to do is we need to change that to a 0. And so I'm going to just click the down arrow here a couple of times, and you see now it is a 0. Then we go over here to the line spacing, and it says multiple 1.08. Somebody must have been smoking something really, really strong and powerful when they set this up, because nobody in their right mind would set this up as multiple 1.08. Oh my goodness. Whatever they are smoking at the Microsoft development office, they need to get something better. So we're going to take that and we're going to make that double. Okay. Notice that. Now, look at this carefully because yours should look exactly like this. Indentation 0, 0, okay? Before, after, 0, 0, double space. Double space, okay? Set this up exactly like this to begin with when you open a Microsoft document. And we click OK down here, we click the OK, and then we've got that done. Now, one of the things that Microsoft does automatically here is I'm going to press the Shift underscore, and you see I'm creating what's called a text line here. Now, when I press the Enter key, see what Microsoft does? It changes my text line to a graphic line, not APA compatible, not. To get rid of that text, to get rid of that graphic line, you press Control Z and it goes back to a regular text line. But you got to press the Control Z immediately. Okay, I'm going to show it to you one more time here. Now I have typed a line here, the Shift underscore, press Enter. It converts that to a text line, which is absolutely not okay for APA style. To get rid of it, you press Control Z and you get rid of it and it goes back to a text line. Now to turn it off completely, you click up here under File. You see the file right there? You click under the File thing right there. And then it drops down and you get this. Now, depending upon your version of Word, this may be in a different place, but you want to look for the options button. You want to look for the options, click down here. On my version of Word on this computer, it is down here at the bottom. You want to find where it is on your computer, and then you click on that options button or on that options selection here, and you click on the options, and then you get this dialog box. Over here on the left, it says General, Display, Proofing, Save, Language, all those other good things here. You're going to want to click on the Proofing one right there to get rid of it completely. So we're going to do that. I'm going to get rid of these lines here, and we're going to do that. We're going to click on Proofing, and then it opens this up. I mean, my goodness, you see all of these things here. This is absolutely too many. Anyway, so you do the proofing thing here. Then you see over here where it says autocorrect options. You're going to want to click on that next. You're going to want to click on that one next. And then it brings these up. And you have a number of tabs up here at the top. And you want to click on the Auto Format as You Type tab. Now, I've already clicked on that in preparation for this little mini lecture that I'm doing here, but this Auto Format as You Type tab, okay? That's the one that you want to click on and bring up. So we're going to get rid of the lines that I have here. And then you see here where it says border lines. Apply as you type border lines, and you see how it has a little check there. You want to turn that check off. Turn that check off, and watch what happens when I turn that check off. I click OK. I click OK. I am now back in my document. I type the underscore here, press the Enter key, and nothing happens. Oh, that is so delightful. That is so delightful. Well, let's go back to the files and options here for a second, because there's one thing here I want to show you in the files and options that you need to take a look at as well. And we're going to go here also again to proofing. Okay, we're going to go here to proofing. And once we get to the proofing here, there are a couple of things on the proofing that you want to turn on. You want to make sure that your grammar check is turned on, and you want to make sure that your spelling check is turned on. You are going to want to do that because that's going to help you in terms of proofing your documents and making them look more professional. The issue here is you want things that go out of your office, things that go off of your desk to look professional. People do judge you based upon how things look. It is incredibly important that they look professional. Please, 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 for your own sake and your own peace of mind, things need to look good for people to trust that you know what you're doing. Okay, so those are a couple of things here to get this set up. Now you're going to want to go up here to the layout. And you're going to want to check the layout here and make sure that the layout is correct. And so we're going to do that next. We're going to go to the layout and click on that. Now this is the one thing, and so we then go to, once we click on layout, we then want to look at the page setup. And again, there is this little arrow right there that we're going to click on right there. Going to click on that arrow, and it's going to open the page setup dialog box. So clear that, clear that. I'm going to go here and click on that arrow there, and here's the page setup dialog box. You're going to want to make sure that your top and left are 1 inch. These are all 1 inch. You want 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Do not mess around with your margins. Do not mess around with any of the other things you've got there. You want 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. If it is different, you want to clear it and change it. And so we want to do that. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to click on the home arrow, the home tab up here. I've just circled there. Click on that home tab again. Going to go here. We want to check on the font. APA says that you need to use what is called a clean font. Any clean font is okay. Do not use fancy fonts. Do not use cursive fonts. Do not use any other types of fonts. Those things are okay in a letter to your boyfriend or a letter to your girlfriend or a letter to your family, or you want to do something for your sorority or fraternity. But for a professional APA paper, you want to use a clean font. Clean fonts include, and I'll show you some of the clean fonts. The more popular clean fonts include, and click on this here, more popular, use Arial. Arial is my favorite, but you can use anything you want. The Arial font is probably one of the best. Times New Roman is a good font to use as well. You can use Courier. Courier is a good font, okay? Calibri is a good font, but you want to use a clean font. You see this Britannic bold, not good for an APA paper. You want to use a clean font. Second issue about the font, once you've chosen your font, you must use the same font throughout your entire paper. So once you've chosen one, you need to use it everywhere. As I said, I like to use Arial, but Times New Roman is a good font. Courier is a good font. Calibri is a good font. Use whatever font you like. Second issue is your font size must be either 11 or 12 point. Do not use bigger font. Do not use smaller font. APA says it must be 11 or 12 point, period. Don't change. Do not use any other type of font. One of the things that you'll notice is all of the journals, all of the professionals are no longer using page limits. In other words, they're not saying you must have 2 pages, 3 pages. They're using word limits. Word limits. They're going to say no more than 500 words. They're going to say it should be between 800 and 1,000 words. Why do they do that? They do that because they know that people are playing around with fonts, they're playing around with margins, they're playing around with that stuff. And not only that, but in an electronic environment, page sizes no longer really make sense. No longer really make sense. If you look down here at the bottom left-hand corner, it'll tell you how many words are in your document. Down here, it'll tell you how many words you have so that you can keep your paper in the words. So if you take another class with me, you take abnormal psychology with me, you take counseling theories with me, you take personality theories with me, I'm not gonna tell you how many pages your paper should be. I'm gonna tell you how many words it should be. Pages are no longer are going to be going away. Eventually, all the journals, as a matter of fact, all the professional journals have already gone to word limits, and they no longer use page limits for any of their requirements. So we talked about fonts. We've talked about margins. We've talked about fonts. We've talked about the paragraph format. We've talked about the graphic versus text line. Please remember those. If you're having problems, I'm going to refer you back to this video to help you with that. I hope you have a great rest of your vacation. Hope things are going well for you. And I will see all of you on Monday when classes begin. Bye-bye.